Good evening. This is Kay Aubrey Shemaine. I'm the owner and director of Grand Adventures Ranch, a holistic equine wellness center in Sonoyta, Arizona. This is our weekly Always Shine Your Light education series, and tonight we're going to talk about why it sometimes takes 24 hours for miracles to occur. We often have amazing results right in the middle of a photopuncture session. Like any kind of therapy, sometimes it just all clicks and everything that you were trying to have happen works immediately. But a lot of times with energetic therapies, we may not see all of the benefits for 24 hours. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is why it can take that long. The meridians, or the energetic pathways, run through the body of the person, the horse, the cat, the dog, just like highways do across the country that you live in. All right? They help energy or traffic to flow efficiently through the entire body. And for the purposes of this talk, I usually say chi. Some people say chi, some say ki. It's energy. This is a nutritive energy that flows through the body, nourishing the tissues, helping each of the cells and all of the organs to have enough energy to do their job. Okay? And since that energy flow, that chi, flows in one continuous, unbroken cycle, it goes in one direction throughout the body from one meridian to another in a very specific, well-determined order. We usually start, I know it's not at midnight, but it's considered to start in the lung. And we use this as just a starting place to learn it. There is no beginning or end. It keeps flowing continuously. But if you can look through this chart, the way the arrows flow, it runs from the lungs to the large intestines, to the stomach, to the spleen. You don't have to remember all these, but that energy flows, and the flow is strongest in each meridian at a certain time of day. So that is strongest in the lungs from 3 to 5 o'clock in the morning. It is strongest in the gallbladder at 11 o'clock to 1 a.m. at night. So sometimes some practitioners use that for diagnostics. What time of day did something happen? And sometimes it's just if in a critical situation, you may get the best results for any one meridian if you treated it at a specific time of day. But for the purposes of what we're doing tonight, we're just talking about why, if you put energy in at the lung meridian, it might take 24 hours to travel all the way through all the meridians of the body and come back to full strength at the other end. It goes 3 times through a very specific cycle. It starts in the torso of the body. The lung meridian starts right in the middle of the chest muscle and runs down the front leg, or on on your arm, and then back up to the face. From the face all the way along the body back to the back leg back up to the torso. It does this 3 times all the way through the body. So that's 12 meridians, 3 times through a 4-step process. And we're going to look at that really quick. This crazy picture is all of the mishmash of crisscross of the different meridians. I'm going to break it down and simplify it very, very quickly. We're just going to run through the flow of how these things go through the body. So here we start in the lung. It begins up in the chest and flows down the inside of the leg to the front hoof. Runs back up the leg, across the knee, through the shoulder and neck, back to the head. Then it comes down into the stomach, from the head, back down through the torso, all the way down through the back leg. And then up the back leg, back into the torso. So that's a cycle, okay? The cycle starts over again from the torso of the heart, down the leg, back up the foreleg, back to the head, all the way back along the body to the back leg again, back up into the torso. There's our second cycle. And then back down the leg for the pericardium, back up the leg to the head with the triple heater, all the way along the body to the gallbladder meridian, up the liver into the torso. So there's our third cycle. It always travels that way. Front leg, back up the leg to the head, head to the back leg up to the torso. So three things to remember about this whole cycle. When miracles occur, they may not be the miracles we're asking for. The body may have different priorities than we do. It needs to balance first things first. So just because we're treating for a limp and we want to see that limp disappear doesn't mean that when we treat it in a photopuncture session and we search for blocked energy and then balance that energy, that the result we get is that that limp disappears. We hope that it is, but if something more critical to survival was the first thing that the body had to balance, we need to let that happen first, and we still need to recognize and honor that and see it as a miracle. Always try to quantify your results before and after every session, whatever it is. If they were limping, if they were unable to turn their neck, however we're quantifying, how far can the neck turn to the left or the right? Usually with a carrot stretch or some way that's very little pressure. How far can the legs stretch? Are the hips in balance? How strong is the resistance to a tail pull? Checking for strength. Quantifying where we start and where we finish. And then quantifying it again 24 hours. And if you're not there, it's not your horse. Explain to the client what we're looking for. Help them to quantify the results. Let them discover the miracle. So our next class is Finding the Path. It's going to be July 16th through 19th in Golden, Colorado. And this is specifically going to go into a much more in-depth view of tracing those meridians, being able to find them, locate them on the horse, follow them through the body, remember where they went through the body, and then locate the master points that are on them.